I'm Ryan Milton from TeamFFLEX. You are on Gainz the Clock, my Q&A series I run for you every week where you're asking questions, I'm giving you some answers. Today we're going to cover just one question, but it is a great one for any of you competitors out there. Please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and share the video because this is what I want to do with this. I just want to help as many people as I can and get this in front of as many eyes as possible. Thank you for watching. This is Gainz the Clock. Alright, so today I want to dive in on one kind of a competitor question, and in reality it's more of a topic. I'm just basically combining a bunch of questions I hear all the time or see on social media or get personally all the time from different competitors. And kind of going to rope it into a topic for you. And I'm talking about questions always regarding, hey, you know, I'm doing a ton of cardio, I'm not dropping weight. And my show's 8 weeks out, it's 10 weeks out, it's 4 weeks out, whatever. And I'm trying to diet down, I just can't lose any weight. I'm starting to get these side effects from prep, I'm doing all these things, what do I do? Well, in reality, what you got to look at, ladies and gents, is when your prep starts to become unhealthy, it's probably time to look at doing a different prep. And controversially, a lot of coaches are not going to go out of their way to tell you this, right? A lot of coaches are going to say, hey, you know what? Actually, you should just do the show, keep pushing, go harder. When you feel like shit, you're doing it right. That's all bullshit because they want to push you because they want to get their paycheck, they want to get their money, you know, they want to charge you for the prep or the peak week protocols or whatever. They don't want to actually extend you out or say, hey, you know what, maybe a different one is a better one. But in reality, you got to look at the fact that if you start to tax your health on a prep, it can actually affect your health for the rest of your life, okay? And this is something I've been reiterating all week between different interviews I've done on podcasts with people and, you know, some other content on this page is that, you know, you got to understand that what you do in the 12 weeks out there, all you competitors, can actually harm you for years after, potentially the rest of your life. There's a large amount of competitors that I know that have DM'd me over the years that I was not coaching. They DM'd me and they said, hey, this is going on with me, I don't know what to do, I don't know if it's normal, and then my coach is telling me just to push through. Well, come to find out that I talked to these people later on, they did their show, they did fine, they didn't, whatever. They developed health side effects. They developed very long-term, life-altering side effects for the rest of their life because of the shit that they did on their 12-week prep that was unhealthy and unsustainable. When you diet too hard, you tax your metabolism, you tax your hormones to the level it's different. It can harm you, though, if you do it the wrong way. And the same thing comes from your cardio, overdoing that, your training. God forbid you do some performance-enhancing drugs that alters your hormone compounds forever. You know, all these things come into play with competitors, and this is something we want to always pay attention to. Never do anything on a prep that's going to be unhealthy for your body. If you get into a spot where, you know what, you're doing too much and, you know, you're dieting too hard and your body's not responding, it is a sign from your body to say, hey, you know what, we're not doing this right now. Maybe you got too much stress going on in your life. Maybe you got too many things going on at work or whatever is taxing your body in addition to the prep. Because a lot of people don't understand that, hey, you know what, to be your best competitor, you got to have this fit in your life. You can't make competing your life. You have to be able to fit bodybuilding and the sport of competing and eating and doing all this into your lifestyle. And if you start to forego the lifestyle and forget about your career, forget about your relationships, forget about your family, all for the prep, well, now you're going to have a huge imbalance and you're one of those people that probably land yourself in getting some serious health side effects, okay? So I want to just make this video today, and it's going to be a short one. I'm, you know, pretty much almost done with the statement of just saying, hey, you got to understand that you competitors out there, the stage never goes away. The stage will always be there. Okay, you might have had your heart set on a specific show, you might have said this is the one I want to do, and you might think that it's wrong to change that. You might think it's a bad idea to change it. I'm going to tell you right now straight up, I've coached thousands of competitors over the years, and I know for sure what happens is when things like this come up, the best thing you can do a lot of time is regroup and shoot for another date, okay? And if you get into a spot where, you know, oh, all of a sudden you have a big project at work and it's going to take away from your prep, well, why are you going to try try to overwhelm yourself and hit that show still when you can look down the road another month, another 2 months, and there's going to be another show to do, right? And the same thing comes for any of you out there, because unfortunately I don't coach a lot of you, right? I don't coach people to get health side effects on their prep. I'm trying to make sure everybody's in a good spot all the time. But you, however, might be in that spot. You might be experiencing that. You might be experiencing the stuff that comes with the hormone damage and the metabolism problems and all the stuff that you've kind of got these side effects from doing your prep. Or maybe you're just being overdone. You have a coach that's not serving you the right way. Well, what you got to look at is the idea of, hey, maybe it's time to stop that. Maybe it's time to pull off that prep and regroup. You know, figure out, is this a time that you actually might need to be in an improvement season to focus on your health, to actually reverse the effects of what you've already done or bad coaching has done to you. And then maybe, you know what, maybe it's not that. Maybe you just need more time. Maybe there's a lot going on and you want to actually say, you know what, I'm not going to try to really drop my calories harder, do more cardio. I'm not going to push myself to the limit, the brink, because I'm going to harm my body. I'm actually just going to go look further down the year, see what's open, see what shows I can do, see what I can fit in. The stage will always be there, ladies and gentlemen. The stage will always be there. And if you're going to show up less than you could be, if you're going to show up taxing your health, if you're going to show up dealing with problems from your prep, I'm going to tell you right now, you're better off not doing that prep. You're better off shooting for a later prep, or maybe you need an improvement season overall to work on your health if it's something like that. Health and wellness should never be taxed on prep, and it's something you should always keep in mind, because what you do in 12 weeks can literally alter the course of the rest of your life. Again, I've talked to so many competitors, bikini competitors and things like that have developed problems with their organs internally that will last the rest of their lives, and now they have to go on medications and have other limitations because of stuff they did on prep with diet and cardio and performance enhancing drugs and so on and so forth. These things are real. These things do happen. Do not be so naive to think that, hey, you know what, it's fine, it's just 12 weeks, I'm going to push harder, I'm going to do more, I'm going to do whatever my coach says. If your coach is telling you to do things that are not going to be good for you and you can clearly feel them in your body, they're not going to be good for you, then it's probably time to back up, reassess, shoot for another day. Let me say this, competitors, there is nothing wrong with ever moving your competition date. I coach so many people on TeamFFLEX over the years, and I know they do their best at competitions when they can fit it into their life and they can actually adjust things and they have the variability. They know that, hey, you know what, coach, sorry, we can't do that show anymore. Something came up at work, I can't do it, whatever, I got too much going on, let's push another show. Then I'm not going to come snap back at them and say, no, it's time, do more cardio, do more. No, I'm saying, you know what, great, because I know even if you get to stage, even if we bust through this, even if we work really, really hard, you're not going to be at your best because you're not dedicated to it. And that's what bodybuilding is. This should be a lifestyle. Bodybuilding should be for life. No matter what you're doing, a lifestyle bodybuilding, eating right, training your body, and taking care of your health, those things should be for life. Even if you don't compete past the year, even if you don't compete past your first show, you can adapt these practices because they make you better physically and they make you better mentally. And that goes away when you do things too extreme, when you push too hard for specific dates, and in reality it's just an arbitrary number on a calendar, okay? You can always reassess, you can always shoot for another day, and you should, if you find yourself in a spot where maybe your health is being taxed from bad coaching or just bad practice that you're doing to yourself, or you know what, maybe it's time for a break. Maybe you just need to take a break from competing and focus on some other areas of your life, because the stage will always be there. Please take that with you today. If you're watching with me right now, hashtag the stage will always be there, so we can remind all the competitors out there that are in these grind modes right now, that are struggling, that are probably damaging themselves, that you know what, it's probably time to step back, reassess, and shoot for another show, alright? I just wanted to jump on here today and kind of highlight this, because I know that a lot of coaches won't do that. A lot of coaches will say, oh no, it's all about hardcore, it's all about do more, it's all about this. Well, in reality, if you're hurting people, you're harming people, you're not a coach at all, you're a disservice to the damn industry, and I'm calling you the fuck out. Thanks for watching Gainz O'Clock. I'm Ryan Milton. I'll be back next week for Protein Power, Fitness Fire, call outs, everything. It's all next week. Thanks for watching. Coach Rye is out.